Hi, I'm going to show you how to use the flow feature in Engage, but first I just want to make sure that you have the Engage tab selected here at the top of the ribbon and that you have the latest version of Engage installed on your computer. That way you get access to the flow button over here. Before I click on this flow button, I just want to show you the presentation I have here. This is just a standard PowerPoint presentation. I've got an agenda slide over here. And for our purposes, we're going to refer to this slide as the Canvas slide. This is because this will be the slide that our presentation starts with, ends with, and it's also the slide that we're going to zoom back and forth onto as we progress into the presentation. So for example, I'm going to zoom into this problem opportunity section first, and what I want to do is I want to reveal this problem opportunity statement slide. And then what I want to do then is zoom back out to the Canvas slide, and then zoom into this section over here, which is the requirements section. And when I do that, this time I want to reveal the third slide, the requirements slide. And then I want to zoom back out and so forth and go on to the next sections. So let's go ahead and show you how I did this. Click on the flow button. And in this case, you can tell that I've already set this up. My Canvas slide, slide 1, has already been selected. So I'll click on Next. And you can tell here that I've already established the presentation path. So when I click on rectangle 27, so this is the first step in the path here shown by the number 1, we're going to zoom into this shape over here. The name is just the name that PowerPoint assigns to that shape. It could be any standard PowerPoint shape. And then what I have here is I have slide 2, which was the problem opportunity statement slide, that gets revealed. After that, the next step, step 2, is I'm going to show the Canvas slide. And then step 3, I'm going to zoom back into rectangle 35, which is this shape over here. When you click on these shapes, it shows the shape on the slide, on the Canvas slide. And it also shows the slide that will get revealed. And you can add multiple slides if you wish as well, or none. It's really up to you. So let's go ahead and click Start Presentation. And what's nice about this feature is that it works with any of your existing PowerPoint presentations as well. So to move forward, you either click the space bar or the right arrow key. To go to the previous section, you click on the left arrow. And at any point in time, you just click on the escape button to exit the presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and click the right arrow. And you can see I zoom into that problem opportunity statement, and then this slide reveals itself. As I click the right arrow again, I zoom back out to my Canvas slide. And then as I click the space bar or the right arrow key, I'll zoom into the requirements section to reveal the requirements slide. And so on. So as I go forward, I zoom back out and I zoom into the next section. You might have noticed at the bottom of the presentation, a gray bar. This is the progress bar. So as I move forward, the progress bar lets me know how far along I am into my presentation. What's nice about this bar is that it's so small that your audience can't really see it, but it's big enough that you as a presenter, if you want it there, you can see it, and it provides some insight as to how far along you are in your presentation. If you want that bar to disappear, all you have to do is click the P button on your keyboard. So I've just done that. It's disappeared. If you want it to reappear, you just click the P again. And so the other kind of quick shortcut key that you have access to is number 1 on your keyboard. When you click on number 1, what that does is it'll bring your presentation right back to the beginning. So I've clicked number 1 and I'm right back at the beginning, and you can tell by the progress bar at the bottom left. And so to exit the presentation, it's simple. I just click on the escape button. So I'm going to show you how I did this. Simply go ahead and click on the flow button again. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a different Canvas slide. So I'm going to select slide 2 as my Canvas slide. Then I'm going to click on the next button. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a step to my presentation path, and you can set your own presentation path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on this Add Step button, and this dialog window here opens up, and it says use a selected shape to add step. So I'm going to actually start over here on New Digital. So I'm going to click on this button, and it's going to add that shape as a step. And I have the option to reveal a slide when I zoom into this shape. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and click on Add Slide. And maybe this time what I'll do is I'll add slide 6 as a slide that I want to reveal as I zoom into this shape over here. The next step is I'm going to zoom back out to my canvas. So I'm going to add this Add Show Canvas. And in this case, I don't want to reveal a slide. I just want to zoom back out to this canvas slide. And then the next step, what I'll do is I'll jump to this shape over here, the revenue down 28%. So I'll click Add Step, and I'll select the shape I want, and then I'll click on this button. And this time I'll add a slide. So what I'll do is I'll add slide 1, and I'll add another slide. I'll add slide 3. So I'll go ahead and add that. And then I'll zoom back out to show the canvas. And finally, where you see this shape, the 345 terabytes, I'll go ahead and add that as a step. So I'll select the shape. I'll click on the Use Selected Shape to Add Step button. And I'll add a slide. And maybe this time I'll add slide 7. And then that's it. So the last thing I should mention is the Add Show Canvas button. You never have to do that on the first step or on the last step, because that's always by default where your presentation is going to start and end. And if at any point you want to change the order, see here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can just use these arrow buttons to move this step up higher or lower. So you have that option. And the same thing here on the slides. If you wanted to reveal slide number 3 before slide number 1, you could just select slide 3, move it up, and that changes the order. And of course, you can click this button to remove the slide, or click this button to remove the step. So let's go ahead and start the presentation. So I'll click on this Start Presentation button. And so now this is my Canvas slide. And as I click the next button, I'm going to zoom in, and it's going to reveal this slide, and I'm going to keep moving forward. This will zoom back out. And I think the next step we did was the revenue down 28%. Yeah. And it's going to reveal this slide. It's going to reveal this other slide. And now we're going to zoom back out. And then finally, I think the last step was the 345 terabytes section, and it will reveal this slide. So what I'll do is I'll click on the Escape button, and I'm back here, and I can close this. The other thing I should mention, when you click on the Flow button, if we go back to this section, if you have multiple monitors, you'll notice over here, multiple monitors appear. So I've gone ahead and hooked up my laptop to an external monitor. So if you click on the Flow button, and over here, if you click on Next, this time you'll see here, you'll notice these two monitors appear. And so you simply click the monitor on which you want your presentation to appear on, and click the Start Presentation button. So that's Flow.